Admiral's Log. In the annals of naval warfare, few battles will be remembered with the same awe and respect as the recent clash between our fleet and the Italian Navy. Outnumbered 4-1, our battleships faced a formidable and seemingly insurmountable adversary. Yet, through superior speed and masterful maneuvering, we managed to turn the tide in our favour, delivering a devastating blow to the Italian battleships. The engagement was intense, with our ships striking with precision and then retreating before the Italians could effectively respond. Our tactical advantage allowed us to inflict serious damage on the Italian fleet while minimizing our own losses. The resilience and skill of our sailors shone brightly in the heat of battle, providing once again the might and ingenuity of the Chinese Navy. The only factor that forced us to disengage was the depletion of our ammunition. Having expended every shell and torpedo in our arsenal, we had no choice but to withdraw from the fight, leaving behind a trail of crippled Italian battleships. Though we were compelled to retreat, the battle was a resounding success, demonstrating our ability to outfight and outmaneuver a numerically superior foe. Hey guys, Stealth here, and welcome to episode 43. The big Italian clash is upon us. They have quite a lot of battleships, but they also, and it doesn't really spring into the eye, they have two battle cruisers, 76,813 tons. The Principe Carlo and the Temperanza, big ships, 12 16-inch guns. That's a little concerning, considering that some of my battleships are about half that displacement. Now, these are not your average battleships. These are the René Pascal, the Scott, and the Meiji. That is 3 Cursed Fish class warships, and that is 150 torpedoes that these guys can put into the water. If only we had a big Italian formation to put those torpedoes into. And we do. Now, since fleet formations have been a bit of a mess every now and then, I'm going to take most of these ships and split them out. The problem is, my slider down at the bottom of the screen is only so big. So I really can't have all of these ships doing solo operations. As for formations with the Cursed Fish, I'm going to have one of them go more or less towards the enemy, one to the port, one to the starboard. This way I do expect, well, most of them to be able to start dropping torpedoes in a sort of, let's say, triple spread. So we're going to have one going from, ideally here, one from there, and everything is going to meet at the Italian formation. That's the objective. As for these other ships, the DDs, they have a torpedo range which is very limited, 9 kilometers only. Considering that they are in that role very, very, very limited, I'm going to retreat them. I do not want them here. The light cruisers, pretty similar. I do not want them here. They're too fragile for what I need them to do. The heavy cruisers are more likely to be able to sustain some hits. The battle cruisers themselves should be fine, so long as they don't accidentally launch their torpedoes. And as for the, let's say the main line, if you want to call it that, Grumpy Guy Gamer, the Zadlo, and the Heartnutter, which is, yes, I believe one of the last, if not the last, of the Enigma Huns. Let's see if this ship is still capable of dishing it out. She's, well, relatively old, but capable. Alright, oh, I hope these ships are going to live long enough to dump their torps into the water. Where are the battleships? Where is the Italian line? Oh, flash fire. On what? On a battleship? No, on a battle cruiser. Oh, is that the paper-thin ships? Yeah, might be. Might be. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna have to torp into their main line. Especially considering the René is already taking pretty serious amounts of damage. I think they might be considered the leader right about now. And potentially, considering all of their torpedo tubes, they might be attracting even more attention. This does mean that my cross-torp plan might not pan out. You guys, I need you to follow the battleships. Scott? Yeah, you should be fine. The cliff. I need you to follow the battleships. The battle cruisers are also following the battleships. That's fine. Yeah, I think it's pretty good the way it is now. Good. Alright, Renee. What are we going to do with you? Torpedoing the ships here comes to mind. Because it's entirely likely that they'll run long. When they do that, well, we might just get some secondary casualties. So let's start launching torps. I think the quintuples are going to be ready almost instantly. Because they're already pointed out. The rest of the torps are turning around. And as for all of this small smoked up stuff, meh. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Now, I know that the rest of the ships are potentially, for now, out of range. But they will get into range by the time that the enemy fleet gets there. So it should work out. Hold on. What's your relative distance? 22? 18. So you're just out of range. That's unfortunate. Scott? Scott is... Yeah, I don't really want to launch. I could against this group. Right here. Yeah, let's do that. Send to port side. Start turning out. Don't stick around. Your crew can't handle it. The ship does have the armor. But the torpedo launchers do not. There we go. Send it. Massive wave of torps. Turn around. Hard over to starboard. And do it again. Renee is still not launching. This needs to get addressed right now. Aggressive. Send it. Send it right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's all the launchers. Excellent. Launchers off. Turn back. And then we have one more. The Meiji over here. And with the Meiji... Yeah, these guys are... They're still a bit spread out. I'm gonna hold fire with them for at least a little while longer. As for these other ships, we need to have the secondaries on this. We need to make sure that cannot get closer. The battle cruisers, this is the Nanning. We have the Lord of Chains with their 18 inchers, the Linyi 18 inchers, and the Hawaii with 14 inchers. I'm gonna put these to work on all of this stuff with their secondaries. The heavy cruisers are going to prioritize that with their primaries. We have another heavy cruiser group here, which is also going to shoot those guys up. Renee is turning around to use the portside launchers. Yeah, we got walls of skill going at the targets. Where's the other ship? Oh, right, I was saving it. You. Where's your torp set? Scott, I know you launched it. There it is. Yeah, so they're not arriving exactly at the same time, but they'll make it very difficult for these Italian ships to try and dodge most of them. Very difficult is exactly what I seek. The main battleships are slugging it out between each other, and some of them have taken some damage. One of them had that flash fire, but I think it's not that serious. That's definitely adding up, though. So, we still have the Meiji. You... launched? Okay. Ah, the Renee is turned around. Excellent. And your torps... Here we go. First couple of torps are arriving. Your torps are gonna go there. That's your port side launchers. Some of the torpedo launchers have been already completely destroyed, but the port side, there we go, haven't all been destroyed. What I'm very concerned with is the range at which we're fighting right now. Because it is very likely that the enemy has also put torpedoes into the water, and I cannot likely dodge all of them. Scott, come over to starboard. Meiji, turn over to port. Away from the threat. Yeah, it looks like some of these cruisers are... yeah, getting some hits. Boom. Right on the nose. This guy also took a couple. We've definitely disrupted their formation. At the very least. At the very least. And that was... that was only a bit. Here's another wave. And at this point, the Meiji's turning around. How is the... Scott's fine. I sunk something. You need to spend a long time reloading. Crew lost 30%. I need you to disengage. Just disengage completely from this fight. It's too dangerous to keep you around. That torpedo set should make it all the way to the cruisers there. You shoot this. You shoot that. With the primaries, yeah, that's fine. You shoot this. Just gotta make sure that these cruisers don't accidentally start thinking that torpedo launchers are fun to use, because that would be a bad situation for me to be in. Okay, Scott, the starboard launchers are ready, correct? Yes, they are. There we go. Torps hitting the heavy cruiser line. Is that still going to travel onwards to the battleship? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. The battleships are definitely in danger now. That's going to be, what, 2, 3 hits? 2 hits? 3 hits? This is looking promising as well. Scott, you're just slightly too far away from those battleships. Okay, fine. Use your main guns, target one of these cruisers here. Yeah, these battleships are having a really rough time. Hit. The whole formation is getting disrupted. Excellent. And there's the next wave of torpedoes right now. Boom. 4 torps, 2 torps. So far I've landed 22 torpedoes. 26. They're flash firing to make it worse. Oh, poor cruisers. There's another 2. I so far am safe-ish. But I'm kind of expecting some of these ships to start throwing their own torps in me. Which is, well, to be expected. It's just not fun. Yeah, we got a lot of, another torp launched, or torp hit. You need to target this with your torpedoes. Oh, you're just outside of range. Something else sunk. I cannot use the trick of launching against a target and then hoping that they run long either. Well, maybe against this one. Maybe against that one. I mean, dump it into the water. These guys are pretty much out of the fight, I think. They've lost 20% of the crew. So, it's not very safe to keep them around for much longer. Put the main guns on that. Secondaries too, by the way. Come on, where are the torps? Why are you not torping this target? That's the one that I need to be targeting. Oh, we're losing torpedo launchers again, and with that, crew. This cruiser is dead. Oh, this cruiser's almost dead. This light cruiser is almost fully identified, but I don't like the way it's looking at me. Is that it? Oh, you lost all the torpedo launchers. Okay, disengage. Quick as you can. Quick as you can. Rene is disengaging. We had the other wounded ship already disengaged, and you still have torps out to starboard. But I wasn't really able to select a good target for you. This thing right here. Everything you can. Dump it. I'm going to try and spread torps out a bit, if possible. Not sure if I will be able to, but I'm willing to have a go. Things moving pretty quick. Yeah, that's one set. That's the next target. Because these quads and triples take a little bit of time to turn. There we go. So now I've split the salvos. Some going right into the cruisers over there and potentially running long to the battleships, and some others slightly different trajectory. Should be interesting to see how that's going to pan out. You lost a main gun? What the hell? A 14-inch hit you and lost a main gun? That was an impressive hit. Because those are not easy to get at. The cruisers. I want you guys to start turning at these destroyers. I want you to start turning away. That ship should be sinking. You're going to use your mains against the Torquato. Venezia is going to go down. That's a DD eliminated. Cruisers, next DD. Going to push all these escorts out of existence. Shouldn't be too hard, considering the amount of damage that they've already been doing. I just don't know if we can engage those battleships. Because those are very tough. Look, you're targeting a kilometer in front. Let's not be daft. Target this ship and take it out. My biggest hitter, I think, is the Zodlo with the 14-inch guns. She has taken some damage, but she's commanded by veterans, or crewed by veterans. So that should allow her to have very good accuracy. Oh crap, somebody's been launching torps at me. So far I haven't been hit by any. But it's most likely going to be a matter of time. You're targeting the Scot? Really? Scot's over there. DD down. Next target. The last DD. Yeah, just charge in. Smaller profile. Less to shoot at for the DD. Come on. These things are not very sturdy. 1 inch of armor. Many bulkheads, but cramped crew quarters. Susceptible to crew loss. Lin Yi. I need this division to engage the cruiser group. You should be dead, dude. There we go. Next is the light cruisers. They've been softened up nicely for you. Holy crap. What hit you? What? Oh, right. You got hit by a torpedo from a battleship. Yes, of course you did. Of course you did. What about your friend? Pietro. Yeah, they're not going to survive that. Come to starboard. Torquato is down. I'm considering pushing this heavy cruiser group to start partying with their battleships, because I think I might be able to win that. Rene is... well, fine is not ideally the word I'd pick for it. Crew loss is substantial. But otherwise, the ships are okay. You still have torpedoes out to port side. Alright. Let's dump it then. Unfortunately, these guys are a bit far. Holy crap. That's them gone. Next, the Bolzano. We are cleaning up these Italian ships like crazy. Unfortunately, at this point, I am very susceptible to losing at least a cruiser. Considering that these battleships are probably not in a very good mood after what I've been doing to the rest of their fleet. Which I understand. I mean, it's fair. I have not been very nice to the rest of their fleet. But it is very, very capable for these ships to start going on a payback spree against Cliff Richardson, Nenjong, Mechamatic 49 3 Flight, and the Chaoyong. So that's something that I have to keep in mind. Come on. Take it out. How many torpedoes did we land? 32. Considering we put like 200 torpedoes in the water, that's about a 1 in 7. Not great, not terrible. Okay, torps away from all ships. All going for the Leon. I think that the Antonio over there, sinking as it is, might still be relaying torpedo information. So I am carefully optimistic that we're going to be able to lock or land a torpedo onto the Leon. But here's to trying. Let's pull these ships back. Battle cruiser status. Still doing fine. We still have not been hit by a single torpedo. Scratch that. We've been hit by 2. Oh, this is their battle cruiser group, right? 2.6 billion. Hello. Yeah, if we can take that thing out, that'd be great. You. Oh, I think we landed torpedoes on the Leon. Yep. So it was the heavy cruisers that took the blow? Yeah, the Nenjong. Definitely. 1 torp there and 1 on the Richardson. Okay, you guys, disengage. I'm not keeping you around. It's too dangerous. These other 2, you're full health. You can still fight, and you can deal with the Delfino. Let's get that done. Leon's down to half health. Did you also take a torp? Yeah, you did. Bersaglieri is down. I'm not even sure where the hell that ship was. This is all the Cursed Fish disengaging, I suppose. Yeah, that's the Rene and the Scott. Perfect. Scott might actually be useful. Scott, come back here. Especially since the enemy fleet seems to be very distracted with my heavy cruisers. Which, of course, are making a complete mess of things for the enemy. So I get that the enemy is visibly annoyed, shall we say. Temperanza. Not noticeably getting hit. Nah. Not really landing shots there. Range, 30 clicks out. Alright, start targeting the closer... What's that? Croce Rossa over there? Armor on these ships is... Ooh, pretty good. Pretty damn good. So I don't think my cruisers can do a whole lot of work. Beyond waiting for the torpedo launchers to reload. Okay. What about the rest? The battle cruisers. You gentlemen. I need you to... No, do I need you to turn? No, it's fine. What exactly are you targeting? The Croce. Okay, fine. Croce is now flooding. Nenjong and Cliff are still disengaging. And these 2 are being very annoying overall. Scott? Yeah, Scott's getting back into range. Get over here, dude. You still got 41 torpedoes you might be able to dump, and then another 39 on your triple launchers. Won't really be able to use all of them, but we can have a pretty messy salvo to interfere with the life expectancy of all of these battleships here. I don't think our HE is doing much. I mean, we're culling the crew a bit, which, yeah, that's helpful. And we're being generally annoying. Plus, we have torpedoes. Yeah, you can see that's definitely attracting attention from the secondary guns on these battleships. They do not want me around. They also don't want the Zadlo 14 around. Zadlo has definitely taken a bunch of damage. Oh, hold on. We need to turn a bit more starboard. Because I'm unable to bring all guns to bear. I think I'm just using the stern ones. Damage instability, however, is 50% on the Zadlo, so that's a bit of a problem. Even so, I'm still getting about 5 to 10% by the looks of it. You guys alright? Yeah, they're perfectly fine. Alright, Scott, where are you at? Scott, It's almost... Oh, crap. He's attracting attention. No, he's not. Interesting. Okay, let's capitalize on that mistake. They should have put those all primary guns, those 14s, and whatever else they have, right to work on that torpedo warship that I have. Failing to do that means you're going to be doing a lot more dodging. Scott, range, 20 clicks. You're in range. Oh, now it's starting to add up here for the mecha medic. Where do we want those torps to land? Right about there. Send it. Normal. No, he's not doing it. Send it. Decent. Okay, come round. Turn to port. Because your port side is available and eager to cause more mayhem among the Italians. At what point do I need to start disengaging this ship? No, that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Nanning, you and your consorts turn starboard. I'm going to pull this heavy cruiser fleet, or heavy cruiser task force back a little. I feel we're not doing a whole lot of damage, not even with the 18-inch guns. Well, the 18s have done 54k. The 17s have done almost nothing. To be fair, this ship has been under a lot of pressure, sailing away, so unable to bring its 17 inches to bear, and she's been taken seriously, or she has been seriously battle damaged, so her accuracy is low. All those factors are definitely not contributing to her ability to try and add to the fight. Alright, Scott. At this point, you should be ready to throw more of them fish. What's your range? Oh, you're just outside of range. Alright, turn back in. Another 55 torps. We can send a bunch of those, that'd be helpful. I don't know where the torps are that I sent earlier. Oh, I think some of them might be here, there. Nah, they didn't fan out that much. That's 2 torps that I'm seeing. No, that's not all of it. Plus, my torps might have fanned out a little, but not that much. They should still be much closer together. Nevertheless, I don't exactly know where they went. Maybe we can finish off the Leon. Any torps that pass the Leon? Like, they're going to be targeting here, so we're not actually hitting anything else. In that case... Like, I'd rather be torpedoing this blob, but I don't know how long I can keep Scott safe. And that really is the primary concern. I would want to use this ship again in the future. She's already lost 27% of her crew. That's a concern. How are you guys doing? Your 12.9s are fine. Your 18s are fine. Yeah, okay, good. Your speed is acceptable. Zadlo is still coming under a lot of pressure. Grumpy's done 19, you've done 11, you've done 1? Yeah. They knocked out your 16-inch on the stern fairly early, so you only have 1 triple gun. That's all. So in that sense, yeah, it makes sense that the ship is not doing a lot of damage. Alright, Scott. We are certainly within torpedo range. And secondary range of the enemy. Turn to port. Sorry, turn to starboard. Break out the port torpedo launchers. And just crash this whole party. My own fleet is about 40 clicks out. So I suspect that those torps are not going to be able to hit me. But better safe than sorry. Did you just get hit? Come on, you got more torps. There you go. That's my man. Alright, now we're going to disengage. Now we're going to disengage. We're just not getting through this ship. Not for lack of trying either, but we're just not getting any damage. Those ships are extremely heavily armored. Fine. New game plan. Finish off these battle cruisers. Not because they're doing a lot of damage, but because they're fairly easy to sink. And I'm going to pull the Zadlo away, because it's now been quite a lot of damage. They're down to 38%. Flooding is under control, but their ability to run away is going to be pretty limited at this point. And that has me a bit concerned, because these are very difficult to replace. These ships take, well, a lot of time to build. Even with my advanced shipbuilding capabilities. Like, it's 1954 or something. I have pretty much all the shipbuilding tech. Why are you not accurate? There you go. Flooding. Excellent. I still have 2 heavy cruisers which are healthy and ready to go. Let's send them in. Especially seeing as their job to escort has been mostly complete. There are no further escort ships to eliminate. Well, maybe one of them. But I don't think that they're going to be much of an issue. The rest of them... Yeah, we had these guys disengaging, so that's fine. Retreat. Those were all retreating. That's basically the battle cruisers and 2 battleships. Against a fairly substantial portion of the Italian fleet. Wounded as they may be, they can still be a considerable threat. I'm not sure if we're actually going to be seeing any of those torpedoes anytime. They might have missed completely. Huh. Alright, well, we still got these 2. Their torpedo range is about 14. Maybe it's... I hate to do it, but maybe it's better just to call it a day. Disengage. And finish these guys off later. Because I've now, in the previous battle, done a lot of damage to the Italian battleships. Now I think I've seen all of them. Maybe some of them are partying in the Caribbean, but I can't really confirm that, nor fight it. So, at any rate, the Italian fleet is going to be under serious duress to try and repair. One way or another. Okay, come round, because you're now going to be a primary target. And that means your torpedo launchers are probably about to be destroyed. Feng Chan, launch. Your target sits right there. Quickly now. Oh, crap. Come on, dude. Launch. I'm not asking for a miracle. I'm asking you to use your stern torpedo launcher. As far as I know, it was not destroyed. So use it. Your main gun has been destroyed. Target this. Aggressive. Send it! Dude, what's your problem, Feng Chan? Get a beautiful primary target right there. It's not even trying to move. Oh. Shit, they're an older ship. They're not a modern version of the Mecha Medic with a 14-kilometer range. You got 12. Or not even that. You got an 11.8. Fine. We'll have to get closer if we want to deliver those. You sail back towards the battleships a bit. And you just race in. As dangerous as it is, somebody's got to do it. And I'm afraid it's going to have to be you. The good news is everybody's now nicely cluttered together. It's one big huddle. Which means most likely a torpedo will find a target. Just torpedo that. Now you should be in range. Your torpedo launcher is useful, and off we go. They're only firing 4. But hey, if it hits the Temperanza and sinks it, that'd be nice. Buoyancy? Yeah, many bulkheads. Buoyancy... Yeah, 1 torpedo's not going to sink you. 1 torp is not going to do it. What have you boys been shooting up so far? Still the Zadlo? Have you really? You might have been shooting it, but you haven't really been able to kill her. Not very well, anyway. Unfortunately, it does seem like my battleships might be out of range. Okay, so that's a pretty good a time as any to disengage. The BCs seem to have gone off and done their own thing. Yeah, it's fine. If the Italians, because all of their ships are in dry dock, are paying an absolute fortune to repair these ships, and because of that get, for example, a national revolution or even a national collapse, that would be ideal. It's not easy to push a nation into a complete collapse, though, because you're going to have to first break down their entire economy. And considering that they had 2 billion, it's not that likely to happen. What are you shooting at? Oh, the Feng Chan. Yeah. Total torpedo hits, 37. That's good for 519,000 damage, or about half of what the fleet did. Impressive. Alright, let's disengage. And see what the actual damage outcome is going to be. The final outcome is this. 65,000 victory points. It does not feel like a whole lot, especially considering against the Germans we were getting massive amounts of victory points. But then again, they were building $12 billion warships. The Italians, however, lost 13 ships. Especially their escorts took a very serious beating this battle. And most of their battleships are going to be at least a couple of months in dry dock. So let's see how that affected the situation in the Mediterranean. Because with all those ships out of commission, it is possible that I can do another naval offensive with a naval landing. My ships, however, will probably need a bit of repair of their own, especially the Zadlo. And most certainly will need another reload of torpedoes, as well as a bunch of fresh crew members in case of the Kustfish. Because that always is seemingly casualty number 1 aboard those ships. As a nice little bonus, I have gained control over Sardinia, which must be an absolute disaster for the Italians. I could take Annam. Yeah. It's only 1.9 billion. It's not that interesting. And it's possible that the armies can try and take it anyway at some point. So it's not that big of a priority. You're going to move back to Saigon and park there. Right. So the Italians, they lost Sardinia. That's 12 billion. Corsica is now potentially within reach, but I might go and try and bombard some of the ports here and do a naval invasion in southern France. First, repairs are in order. And wouldn't you know it, I have a new port to repair at. Isn't that kind? We're going to go to Cagliari. Get your filthy Italian warship away from here. Yeah, they've been expelled from Cagliari. How's this going? Not great. We lost 500,000 men. The Italians are efficient. I'll give them that much. How many ships do they have left? How many ships are we still fighting? Still 32. Yeah, okay. Because I didn't sink anything. That's fine. But they're only repairing 4? How? Where's the fleet? The hell? I clashed with them. Where are they? Oh, here they are. Destination, Western Med. Well, that's where you are right now. So this is what is left of the Italian war fleet. But I'm only seeing 1 battle cruiser, not 2. And they had 2 battle cruisers in this last battle. Where's the other one? Did they pull it out of a port somewhere? Where did that thing go to? Battleship. Oh, here's another group. Here's another group. So what they got in the Mediterranean in total is 12 battleships there and another 6 there, plus 2 battle cruisers. These guys apparently going to try and resupply in Gaeta, central Italy. How big is that port? 1.1. I am not touching that. It's a bit much. Right, the Italian campaign. Not exactly going to be completing anytime soon. The campaign against Italy will continue. Hope you guys will join me in the next episode for that. Thank you for watching this one, and I'll see you soon for more.